Y'all, stop everything you're doing and grab a seat, because what just went down on the Love and Hip Hop set is the kind of betrayal that could make Shonda Rhimes put down her pen and say, "Damn, that's messy." Imagine pouring your heart into a man, raising his kids, fighting his baby mamas, holding it down while he sat in a jail cell only to find out he's been sneaking around with Erica Mena in candlelit lounges and private VIP booths. Oh, you thought that drama was just for the cameras? Nah, baby. This time the cameras just happened to catch real life falling apart. Yandy Smith walked onto that set like Olivia Pope in Black on Black, but instead of fixing someone else's scandal, she was living her own. And when she asked, "Mendeecees, so it's true?" he blinked like a guilty puppy caught chewing through a Lewis bag. Erica, she just sat there, arms crossed, smirking. What happened next had crew members crying behind the lens, Twitter on fire, and Yandy trending for all the wrong reasons. So how did it all begin? Who leaked the clip? And why is VH1 panicking behind the scenes? Buckle up, because the receipts are burning hot. Let's get one thing straight. This ain't your typical love and hip-hop drama. This ain't he said, she said, and some overproduced reunion slap fight. This is raw betrayal, hidden rendezvous, and one woman realizing her whole relationship might have been a damn lie. And the worst part, the whole thing unraveled while the cameras were rolling. Enter our main characters, Yandy Smith, the once untouchable queen of emotional control, brand deals, and ride or die loyalty. Mendeecees Harris, former inmate, occasional motivational speaker, and now, alleged two-timing husband with terrible judgment. And of course, Erica Mena, Love and Hip Hop's resident chaos coordinator. Never seen without a glam face, a petty clapback, and a scandal tucked in her purse. Now, for those of y'all who need a refresher, Yandy held it down for Mendeecees while he was locked up for years. Court appearances, parenting, business moves, the whole nine. She even married this man in front of the world while he was still facing time. Yandy was out here treating loyalty like a sport, and Mendeecees, well, he was smiling in her face. Allegedly while meeting Erica behind her back at late-night lounges and off-camera meetups. Let that sink in. After years of playing model couple, Yandy's real-life husband is now the center of a behind-the-scenes bombshell involving one of her castmates. You can't write this kind of scandal, but VH1 sure as hell caught it, according to insiders. And when we say insiders, we mean makeup artists, hairstylists, people who are never supposed to talk. The drama had been bubbling for weeks. Yandy had been pulling away, not filming group scenes, not smiling during tapings, and every time her phone buzzed, baby, her face dropped like the Apple stock in 2008. Rumors started flying that Mendeecees and Erica had been spotted together, not at events, not for work, but at private lounges, at quiet, dimly lit venues where they knew cameras wouldn't be lurking. And we're not talking accidental run-ins, we're talking planned "I'll meet you there" type energy. You know, the shady kind. And like clockwork, social media got involved. You know how it starts. A blurry video, someone whispering, "Is that Erica's hair?" Another user zooming in, circling Mendeecees' forehead like they're doing CSI for VH1. At first, everyone laughed it off. It's probably just fans chasing clout, they said. But then came the video. That one shaky clip of Mendeecees standing a little too close to a woman with Erica's exact red weave, sipping a drink in a velvet booth. The clip lasted 6 seconds, and that was all it took. Yandy saw it. And according to people on set, she didn't scream. She didn't throw anything. She didn't even post a passive-aggressive quote. She just went silent, cold, strategic, like a woman who already knew the truth and was just waiting to drop the hammer. And drop it she did. 3 days later, Yandy showed up to set in all black. No makeup, no glam, just that look. You know, the look like she'd already buried the relationship in her head and just came back to collect the body. Crew members said you could feel it in the air. Tension so thick even Mona Scott's production notes couldn't cut through it. Yandy didn't yell. She didn't announce her entrance. She asked calmly to speak to Mendeecees and Erica alone before filming. Now, let's be real, nothing is ever alone on Love and Hip Hop. There's always a boom mic in the flower pot and a camera hiding behind a fake mirror. But this time, producers actually gave her space, and that's when the bombs dropped. One source, and we're talking about a camera op who allegedly caught the whole thing, says Yandy walked straight up to Mendeecees, stared him down, and asked one question. "So, is it true?" Mendeecees blinked, Erica looked down at her nails like she was auditioning for a Maybelline commercial. And in that moment, everyone in that room knew it was about to go down. Mendeecees, bless his lying little heart, tried to deflect. Nah, it ain't like that. People just be talking, he mumbled. But Yandy was not having it. Have you been meeting her behind my back? Yes or no? His face? Straight panic. He rubbed his forehead like the answer might be hiding there. And then, he cracked. He admitted it. Not everything, of course, but enough. He said they'd talked a few times, but it wasn't like that. Oh baby, you know it's bad when they say it's not like that. That phrase is basically a confession in love and hip-hop language. And just like that, Yandy's entire face shifted from anger to heartbreak. 1 second, she was holding strong. The next, you could see it in her eyes. This wasn't a scene anymore. This was real. Her voice didn't rise. She didn't throw shade. She didn't call Erica out her name. Instead, she whispered something no one heard what, and she walked straight off set. But of course, the cameras followed. They always follow. One crew member said even the camera guy had tears in his eyes. That's how real it got. Fans nearby started live tweeting the walkout, posting updates like Yandy just stormed out crying. This ain't no fake storyline, y'all. Hashtags exploded. Hashtag why Yandy walkout. Hashtag Mendeecees exposed. Hashtag not them again. And while Yandy walked away with a cracked voice and a heavy chest, Erica, oh, she sat back in her chair like nothing happened. Like she just watched a movie, not wrecked a marriage. But baby, this wasn't the end. Because what happened next would take this from sad to straight up viral chaos, and that's exactly where this video picks up. So picture this. Yandy's heels clicking down that cold production lot pavement, mascara smudged not from glam but from real tears, while a love and hip-hop camera operator is out here risking shin splints to keep up. Meanwhile, back inside, Mendeecees is still sitting on that fake leather couch looking like a man who just realized the house he built is on fire and he forgot the insurance. And Erica? Sis pulled out her phone, started scrolling Instagram like she ain't just detonated a whole damn marriage. Didn't blink, didn't move, just sat there probably looking for a new filter to post a selfie with the caption, unbothered. Always? Fans say she smiled at one point. Like, really smiled. Like she just watched someone else's pain and called it entertainment. But it wasn't just the fans watching. Oh no, baby. The entire internet was already in full detective mode. Screenshots from that blurry lounge clip were getting zoomed in, filtered, stabilized. People were comparing jewelry. Look, that's definitely his watch. Others were pulling up old Erica interviews where she said she respected Yandy and dragging her like it was Black Twitter's full-time job. And then came the wild part. Because while the timeline was spiraling and YouTubers were filming think pieces in real time, guess what? One of Yandy's close friends decided to break silence. She didn't say names, but let's be honest, you didn't need a PAHDADDDDHEHE and messiness to decode the shade. The post was simple. Loyalty means everything. Watching someone I love cry over snakes pretending to be friends? That part, baby. The internet broke. Yandy, meanwhile, silent, cold, offline. Her Instagram went private. No updates, no statements. Not even a cryptic quote about trusting the vibes. And you know when a reality star stops subtweeting? That's when it's real. That's when the pain ain't performative anymore. But the drama wasn't done simmering. Because 2 days after the walkout, guess who returned to set? Yandy. Still no makeup. Still all black. But this time, she wasn't walking away. She was walking straight into the fire. Sources say producers begged her to film a final sit-down with Mendeecees and Erica. Not a cast-wide cumbia, just the three of them, in a cleared-out room. No audience, no distractions, just pain, betrayal, and HD-quality heartbreak. And baby, she agreed. But she had conditions. No extras, no fake apologies, no fake eyelashes. Just her, them, and truth. Cameras rolled. Yandy walked in like a storm cloud. Mendeecees stood up, but she didn't even acknowledge him. She looked at Erica. First, not with rage but with that eerie calm that only comes after a mental funeral. You really thought I wasn't gonna find out? She asked, voice like ice. Mendeecees finally tried to speak, but the man had no words. He mumbled something about it not being what it looks like. That's when Yandy's face cracked. Not with anger but with disgust. You sat in my house, at my table, with my children, And this is what you do behind my back. Erica, being Erica, decided to jump in. Look, Yandy, you act like you never had secrets. Everybody plays the game. That one sentence, was the nail in the coffin, because Yandy snapped her neck so fast it almost caused a breeze. Don't you dare try to flip this. Don't bring up my name like you know me. This ain't about what I did or didn't do. This is about you creeping around with my husband like you don't see me when you look in the mirror. And at that moment, even Erica went silent. Mendeecees tried to interject, tried to listen his way out of it. But the more he spoke, the worse it got, because he wasn't denying anything. He just kept saying it wasn't like that, which, let's be real, means it was exactly like that. Yandy's voice cracked. She said, "You had me out here, defending you for years, riding for you, waiting for you, raising your kids and mine, and now you got me looking stupid over this?" Erica looked away, and Mendeecees just stared at the ground like the floor was more loyal than he ever was. Sources say the whole conversation lasted about 15 minutes, but it felt like an eternity. No yelling, no glasses thrown, just pain layered like a Shakespearean tragedy with better lashes and worse men. And when it was over, Yandy didn't cry. She just stood there, said nothing, then turned her back and walked out again. And this time, there was no hesitation, no glancing back, just the sound of heels, betrayal, and a marriage crumbling in real time. The internet? Oh, they were ready. Fans started breaking down the footage frame by frame, analyzing body language like they were certified FBI agents. Did you see how Mendeecees looked when she said, "our kids"? That's guilt. Erica flinched at 7:42. That's when she knew she fumbled the bag. Hashtags back in full force. Hashtag protect Yandy. Hashtag Erica the op. Hashtag Mendeecees messy. And then, as if this mess wasn't already cinematic enough, a fan page leaked an audio clip. 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds of a voice they claimed was Yandy saying, "I can't believe he really did me like this." It echoed like a gut punch. Still no official statements. Erica posted a mirror selfie with the caption still glowing. Mendeecees, radio silence. Yandy, still private, still gone. But the silence, that made it worse. Because now everyone was asking the same thing. Was this just cheating? Or was this years of pain, years of cover-ups, years of loyalty finally snapping in half? And just when things felt like they were cooling down, it got messy again. Because somebody allegedly from production leaked the real bomb. That this wasn't the first time Mendeecees and Erica met up off camera. That's how many secret meetups allegedly went down between Mendeecees and Erica before Yandy found out. And no, these weren't accidental run-ins at the gas station. These were planned, premeditated, low-key VIP lounge-type link-ups that reeked of perfume, betrayal, and the faint stench of fake loyalty. One insider spilled that the last meetup was just 10 days before the confrontation. 10. And guess what? It happened right after Yandy threw a birthday dinner for Mendeecees, surrounded by family, friends, and cameras. Sis was lighting candles on his cake while he was apparently texting Erica, "See you soon." Like, what dimension of dirty is that? And the wildest part, the producers knew. Oh yes, word on the curb is VH1 had footage, not of the meetup but of Mendeecees getting mixed up the next day, whispering to a crew member, "I hope that lounge stuff don't get out." So not only did he know it was shady, he knew it was dangerous. But he did it anyway. Meanwhile, Yandy was still off-grid, still refusing to film any group scenes. Cast members were posting cryptic Insta stories like, "This energy lately. Nah." And sometimes the snakes in your own backyard. It was a full-blown digital Cold War. Everybody subtweeting, nobody naming names. But we all knew. Then came the live.at to 13 am. In the dead of night, Mendeecees went live, and baby, the comment section erupted. It was like everybody had an alarm set. "We need answers. Where's Yandy? Is this your king?" Fans joined from every corner of the internet. Twitter went into cardiac arrest. Now, did Mendeecees admit to cheating? Not exactly. But did he deny it? Absolutely not. He sat there with tired eyes, unshaven, hoodie up, like a man who hadn't slept in weeks. First thing he said, "Y'all really think I'm heartless? Like I don't care about my wife." The irony? He said it while thousands were watching clips of him sneaking around with the woman Yandy always knew was bad news. He went on, "I made mistakes. I ain't perfect. But y'all don't know the whole story. And just like that, he threw gasoline on the already flaming timeline. Because what whole story? What was left to explain? Then came the line that stopped everybody cold. Sometimes, you try to make peace with your past, and it comes back to destroy your present. Translation: Erica, people in the comments were screaming. So you were messing with her? What else are you hiding? But Mendeecees just sighed, looked at the camera and said, all I can do now is respect her space. And ended the live. Respect her space? After 3 secret link-ups, public embarrassment, and walking her into a televised breakdown? That's like throwing a grenade into someone's house and saying, I hope you find some quiet. Meanwhile, Yandy's silence was growing louder by the hour. But then, she finally posted a black screen, white letters, no captions. Protect your peace. 100 likes in under an hour. Celebrities started commenting, we got you. You deserve better. Queens don't beg, they rebuild. And Erica? She responded the only way Erica knows how, with pettiness. She posted a boomerang of her sipping wine with the caption, some of y'all take life too personal. Comments were turned off. Because even Erica knows when she's poking a beehive while holding a honey jar. Now this is when things really took a turn because fans weren't just watching anymore. They were investigating. Old clips from past seasons of Love and Hip Hop started resurfacing. That time Yandy said, I don't trust her. That time Mendeecees went quiet when someone brought up Erica's name. That suspicious look at the reunion when they hugged a little too long. People were building full-on conspiracy boards like it was a true crime docuseries. And the blogs? They had a field day. Headlines like, Yandy Smith's final straw betrayal. From husband and frenemy caught on camera. Erica Mena vs. Yandy did VH1 enable the ultimate setup? Insider confirms Mendeecees met Erica multiple times. Yandy left shattered. Even the mainstream T pages got involved. The Chatroom posted a side-by-side of Erica's selfie and Yandy's black screen with the caption, meanwhile, and that was all it took. World War comment section broke out, and you'd think the show would have backed off, given them some space, right? Wrong. Because that confrontation footage, it was already being chopped up for promo. Sources say VH1 is planning to open the season with it. No build-up, no filter, just 8 minutes of raw pain, betrayal, and Emmy-worthy. Awkward silence. The producers are calling it the most real moment in Love and Hip Hop history. Fans are calling it the beginning of the end. But it's not just TV anymore. It's real life. Because behind all this is a woman who built a home, stood by a man through prison, through scandals, through social media dragging, and now she's allegedly moved out, temporarily. But still, packed a bag, left the ring, took the kids and dipped. Friends say she's not talking reconciliation, she's talking peace. And Mendeecees allegedly hasn't even tried to stop her. One insider said he's given her space but that he hopes she comes back. Baby, she ain't a cat. She not just gonna wander back in because the door's open. Erica, still outside, still clubbing, still promoting detox tea while the internet detoxes her name from every friendship circle it ever existed in. But this isn't just about betrayal anymore. This is about years of build-up. Because real fans know Yandy been holding it together, smiling through rumors, holding it down through chaos. And now, she finally cracked. Not loud, not violent, just done. And that is what hit fans hardest. Because it wasn't the drama. It was the silence after. The kind that tells you a love story just ended, and this time, the cameras weren't the villain. The truth was .so where does this go next? A source says a sit-down special is being discussed, not a reunion. A showdown. Just Yandy, Mendeecees, Erica, and a host brave enough to moderate without catching stray shade. And fans want it. Badly. Because we're not just watching Love and Hip Hop anymore, we're watching a woman reclaim her story. But the question is, what will her next chapter look like? And will Mendeecees even be in it? That's where the story pauses, but it ain't over. Because if you think Yandy's just gonna disappear quietly, you haven't been paying attention. She's the queen of reinvention. And betrayal just lit the fuse. Stay locked in. Because what happens next could flip the whole empire. So now that the truth is crawling out from every dark corner, what side are you on? Is Mendeecees just misunderstood? Or did he fumble the only real one who ever held him down? And Erica, innocent, bystander, or certified chaos courier? Drop your thoughts, theories, and shade in the comments because baby, this drama is far from over. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications because the next twist might be even messier. We've got the tea, the timeline, and the tapes. Stay tuned because this season, it's personal now.